Kessman. I mean, was it good? Are you starting to see, younger kickers? It seems like those high pressure situations can be kind of challenging. But how have you seen him kind of handle those in situations?
He doesn't get rattled. He's and we kind of figured that about his being when we recruited him because of all the other things he did. He was a starting quarterback. He's a Golden Glove boxer. So he's done a lot of things to let us know that he can handle pressure situations.
Do you have to change any? I know you expect your kickers to make everything, but considering you had a guy that was a senior, blew it, very reliable, do you have to
drop the bar?
Yeah, no. not drop the bar, but be a little bit more patient, or no?
No, not with this guy. I mean, based on the distance, we have an expectation percentage-wise. We know we're not going to make a lot of 52-yard field goals. If we're 50% on those, we're pretty good. So the standard is the standard, just like the Steelers. And we try to recruit good kids, and when they get their turn, they're expected to do what everybody else is expected to do.
Can you describe what that scene was like Saturday when he drilled it?
The scene?
Yeah, Pat said it was kind of crazy behind him when you guys were trying to get.
Oh yeah, they line up around him. They were throwing caps. It's kind of like walking across a putter's line, which you're really not supposed to do. But it was good. It didn't faze him. He just stepped up and kept his focus on the spot and his timing, and it was good. So
Pat said there was a lot of noise too. Was it like crowd noise?
Well, both teams were right around him. He kicked it through a tunnel. So it was noisy. Yeah. It'll be noisier when we get ready to make one in a real game.
There won't be a tunnel of people.
There won't be a tunnel of people, but it'll be noisy, particularly when it's on the road. Somewhere down the road, he's going to have to make one on the road. That we know Blewett was either 4 for 5 or 5 for 6 on game winners. Field goals with less than 2 minutes when you're behind. And that's really the mark of a kicker, to do that. And we've already examined opponents, their kickers' game-winning situations. So we know going into the game right now, before the season starts, what every kicker's percentage is on game-winning kicks, if they had it.
Pat said that kick by Alex really didn't just crawl over the bar either. He said that thing flew way over.
He kicked a 57-yarder in high school. And I think in the spring game, we tried one that was really far. They were like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Well, he kicked one that far in high school, so let's go for it." And he had the distance. He missed it right.
2 weeks into camp, what are your impressions of your young backs, 2 young backs? Is it too early to make a impression? Do you need to see more? But what are your early thoughts on them?
They both can play. They both have talent. We're looking for guys that can make plays. And it all comes down, I've said it 100 times, when we get to the guy we didn't block or couldn't block, what do we do? So we track those post-contact yards. And if you make a guy miss, we count that as a post-contact yard. So that's really the thing we're focusing on.
What has really struck you about Sibley and Davis as far as their approach to the game and the way they practice?
Well, personality-wise, they're different. Sibley's really outgoing. Davis is kind of laid back. But they're both working hard, trying to figure out whether the biggest conversion is where do I fit the passing game, as far as protections are concerned, as far as routes are concerned. When I'm hot, do I break my route? And those are the things they got to get better at. But they're both doing a really good job. Really pleased with both of them.
How about Moss? He's kind of stuck in the middle. He's not one of the older guys, but he's not one of the new guys either. Is he just sort of coming along?
Moss is doing a good job too. Moss has really good football intelligence, and that's critical in a guy that can do a lot of things. For example, getting the information from the defense pre-snap, knowing what they're going to do based on how they line up, collecting the tips. And he's really good at that, trying to get the young guys up to speed on that, and they're getting better. But Moss, he's a talented guy. I like Moss, so he'll get plenty of work this year.
Did you notice a difference in Quadri from this year to last year, Olsen?
A little bit. I'd like to see a little bit more of a change, a little bit more of a change. Again, Olsen is a big guy with skill. He's got to get in his mind that I cannot run over every safety in the ACC. That doesn't happen. There are sometimes you catch a guy off balance and you catch a guy out of position. Yeah, you can do that. But by and large, when you get to that safety, those are going to be the guys that are going to be unblocked. You got to put a little finesse in your game. We've really been working on that. That's what he's been focusing on.
Thank you.
All righty.